Greetings, salutations, and good now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is gonna be a quick video. Let me just take this key out. I just pulled up to work, so we're gonna go dive in and do some research, guys. Some interesting research that I'm currently doing at work about the indigenous Kalinago tribe. So that's something interesting that we're gonna be, bringing to the forefront, maybe on a different platform. But for the most part, you know, can't really say happy new moon, you know what I'm saying? But the aftermath of the full moon is real and we're seeing it, we're experiencing it, and I'm here for it. And so currently, currently the moon already slid down into Libra, and so we're enjoying a beautiful Libra moon. And I'm saying we could harmonize, synchronize, we could balance out all of the energies, all of the influences that we've been experiencing. Now, the new moon that we just had, powerful new moon in Leo. I can't tell no lie. And so for the most part, what we should have learned is to develop a sense of courage, a sense of strength, um, amidst of the turbulence, amidst of everything that's going on. We know that fixated fire, fixated way of seeing and feeling about the world and what you have to share to this grand stage, right? And so that takes a lot of strength because there's a whole lot of spirits, there's a whole lot of influences that want to influence the program how they want to influence it, you know what I'm saying? And you got your own program. And so it's that type of spiritual fight, you know what I'm saying, where you're fighting for space, you know what I'm saying? And there's a whole lot of things that could accumulate in space, and in your space. And so, it takes a lot of courage, right, to stand in your your passion, your motivation, and your illumination, what you're trying to spring forth into the world. And so as we slide into the final decan, we it's a call to be a bit more mutable. The final 10 degrees are ruled by Mercury and then ruled by Mars, and then we slide into the Virgo season on the 21st, 22nd or so, depending on when I'm saying. Okay, so we got to check into the specifics into that one. But the final degrees is asking us to be a bit more mutable, mercurial, and then we got Mars, you know what I'm saying, that we end off with a bang, and then we head back into a more mercurial introduction into the Virgo sign. And we know Virgo is mutable earth, and so that's a whole kettle of fish. A whole, well, not kettle of fish, but the opposite of the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. So the Pisces are gonna be going through it as they're gonna be opposing where the sun is at. For the most part, we still got Mercury and Jupiter in Leo, bringing abundance, bringing expansion. That's the word I'm looking for, expansion, when it comes to how you think, how you communicate, and how you let your light shine. We know that it's all about shining, and everybody has their day, every dog has their day. And so we need to be particularly careful how we speak on others, because everyone has their day, everyone is going to have their ups and downs. And so while people are going through their downtime, you gotta go easy on them, you know what I'm saying? Like karma, let the universe deal with them, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be the judge. I mean, there's judges out there, but that's not your role, right? And if you live in a glass house, you should be careful with the stones that you throw, because one of them could reflect and bounce back onto you. So you got to be careful on that. And we're seeing a whole lot of examples. I don't want to get too mundane and come down into the world too much, but you could see a whole lot of examples of people who are up, they're down, you know what I'm saying, and some people who are down or in the darkness, they're in the marvelous light. And that's how it goes when we're in this death stage of the year, the summertime. And we know that death is kind of synonymous for transformation, and there's life there, there's birth there as well. I'm saying there's a whole lot of flowers blooming, there's a whole lot of fruits there to be plucked, you know what I'm saying? And so as we continue to bloom and you know be of substance that people want to pluck of our fruits, you know what I'm saying, courage, bravery, confidence, right? During this season, those of you who have your partner, you know what I'm saying, you got somebody with no Irregardless of the relationship status, you got your person, what I'm saying? This is a whole lot of good time to dive into a whole lot of, what I'm saying, extracurricular activities, because we know that, that sensual, creative energy is abundant during the Leo season. And, classically, it's the house of children as well, right? And so all of that whole extracurricular activities and creative energies are in abundance. Just use it wisely, right? And there's a whole lot of things that I want to say on that, but we're gonna keep it cute for this video, guys. Um, Strength, bravery, confidence, the heart of the lion, through the ups and downs, through the thick and thin, through the trials and tribulations. We know that Aquariuses have been going through it a lot, so shout out to all the Aquariuses, what I'm saying, sending y'all some major energy. And we know that all the other fire signs, what I'm saying, you've been training, so the influences have been a bit strong. And so as the moon, what I'm saying, is in Libra right now, hope we could use this moon to just bring balance. We know that Libra signifies that halfway, I'm saying, halfway house where we could kind of take a break. Not really take a break, but be a bit more diplomatic, cardinal here, so we're initiating new ways of thinking and communicating and processing what the hell is going on. And I'm saying, so hopefully you could do that in a sufficient way that's good for your astral travels. Because everybody's on their own journey, everybody has their own destination, everyone has their own spirits that they're following, their over souls or overlords or whatever. And so it's deep spiritually. And I know this is major astrology, but you can leave out the spiritual aspects. You can't leave out the spiritual aspects, because then we gotta ask, okay, so where did the planets come from? Where did the planets come from? And so there's a mystic spiritual essence to everything, everything manifested out of nothing. And so that's where the magic is, that's where the mystic is. And the more we retain that knowledge, right? Understanding and overstanding, the more we could understand the world that we're living in. I'm saying? Everything starts from the mind, from the mental playing fields, I'm saying? From the imaginary realms, and then we manifest them. That's how everything was manifested, from the mind, from a mind, I'm saying? From the collective, from collections of minds, I'm saying? Put your minds together. And that's one of the difficult things. Like, everyone wants to shine during this Leo season. Nobody's trying to put their minds together. And even when 20 people put their minds together, it's still insufficient to go against the one, what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I might as well stay solo. Might as well stay solo. This mission. Anyway, guys, I'm about to do some work. I got some interesting stuff that I'm gonna be working on and sharing, so monitor this space for some goodness to come. All right, major farewell until we meet or greet again. Have a pleasant day or evening whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.